And it's recording.
Hi everyone, this is Team 3, and today we're going to be talking about Horizon Report 2017 K-12 edition. And this report included three challenges that embedding technology adoption, uh, like solvable, difficult, and wicked. So what's a solvable? Solvable, these challenges we understand and know how to solve. Authentic learning experiences considered as a solvable challenge since we, as educators, know how to bring a student uh, in touch with real life problems and work situations. As you know, authentic learning considered as intersection of experiential learning and real-world experiences, where students are actively involved in the learning process and find ways to relate the topic and scale back to their own life. And for example, a recent study found that seventh grader in Turkey who engaged in technology-driven authentic learning experiences, such as publishing a newspaper and filming a short movie, shows an increase in satisfaction while completing their studies, leading to more engaged and self-directed learning. Also, we know how to improve digital literacy. Literacy and being fluent in the digital technology, not only in terms of what type of technologies there are, but how the technology is and can connect with one another is an ever increasingly important skill that we need to have. So this is about the solvable challenge.
Okay. The difficult challenges are discussed in the Horizon Report are rethinking the roles of teachers. By rethinking the roles of teachers, the roles of teachers are changing because of technology availability. More technology is being implemented, and we have a wealth of resources, technology resources that we have available to us. So teachers are taking on other roles to be able to address the student issues that is affecting the student success at school. This is allowing more time for the teachers to be able to mentor those students, be a great model of digital citizenship. Professional development is changing the ways in which educators are interacting, collaborating with other educators with the implementation of different technology tools and things like that. And this kind of reminded me of what we're using right now. We're utilizing Zoom. This is being able to access information and things like that, and being able to communicate with others, which made it more relatable to me when I think about the professional development in the ways that it's changing. So through this class, we're of course we're developing as educators, which in turn is helping us to be more digital citizen. Be digital much more of a digital citizen. And it goes back to the ST standards. We'll talk about being a digital citizen and how educators can inspire the students to positively contribute and be responsible to participate in the digital world. What kind of supports the roles of the teachers changing so that way they can be a better citizen. And also the educator, another standard that ST standard that goes along with the article, the teacher being a designer of the classroom and creating more authentic learner-driven activities and environments that are going to recognize and accommodate those learner variability, with the teachers having more time to be able to mentor those students and be able to find the root cause of the students not being successful in that classroom. Also, the teaching computational thinking, that's changing the way pre-service teachers programs are operating, and also it's changing the way professional development is operating as well, to help include more digital technology methods to be able to deepen the understanding of the overall process of integration of technology.
So the wicked challenges are those that are like hard to define and they're harder to like address. And there was two. There's the achievement gap and then sustaining innovation through leadership changes. So the achievement gap is essentially that gap that we have between your different students, whether it's due to like race or socioeconomic status, their ethnicity, their gender. You also have those countries where girls are still not being allowed to go to school. So you have that gap. And so teachers are trying to use like different tools or testing and things like that to fill in that gap. But when it comes to things like socioeconomic status and race and ethnicity and like just not being allowed to go to school because of your race, it's hard to fill in those gaps because those are just gaps you can't control. And then the other one was sustaining innovation through leadership changes. What it is, essentially, it's saying like you have all these great programs in place, but then the turnover for as far as administrators, it's always there's a lot of turnover. There's no incentive for those people to stay. So then you have this great program going and it's up and starting, and then that person that's in charge leaves, and then you have another person come in and they're kind of like and then they have to take time to get where it's going and then keep going and then start it. Pretty much you're always restarting because you keep having all these people come in and out. And that kind of goes back to the ETSI standard where it's like you need people that are going to stay. You need that systematic improvement, where they're not going to be leaving. You have that incentive to stay because you have all these different positions that are vacant or the districts can't keep these administrators in because of money. So then, those leadership changes are happening without warning, and then you have all these new programs, and then the program ends up suffering from it. So that's what those were.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This concludes our Team 3's presentation of the Horizon Report. Thank you.
Thank you.